Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into Prescott Valley, Arizona. We have some men's club hockey action for you here tonight. Arizona State taking on Grand Canyon University. My name is Jesse Davis. Joining alongside me is my broadcast partner, Ethan Troll. And Ethan, great to be calling this game with you here tonight.
Absolutely, and it's my first ever collegiate hockey game, and the fact that it's the Grand Canyon College Hockey Classic, you can't get a better matchup than tonight. GCU Lopes versus the ASU Sun Devils. These two teams know each other way too well, and we're expecting to have another great matchup tonight.
Yeah, both teams that know each other very well. Of course, they played on Thursday night. ASU picking up the 3-1 win there. And both of these teams, a little bit reeling. GCU has lost 4 of their last 5. ASU has lost 3 of their last 5. So both teams looking to kind of reestablish themselves as we're 10 games into the season. And for GCU looking for some revenge after Thursday night's loss.
Yeah, and ASU rebounded a couple nights ago with scoring. They allowed the first score in the first period, and then once the second period started, it was all ASU. The Sun Devils came out roaring, and they put up all three in that second period, but then score after that because they played great rotational defense and were able to get a lot of ices and clears. So if they continue to build off of that into this game, expect a two wins in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. And what an electric atmosphere. I know I was here last year when GCU was playing in this very same arena, and man, the fans are packed. Atmosphere is electric, and we're just in store for a great night of hockey. Expect it to be a lot of physicality out there. Both teams very aggressive. And, as we take a look at the Western Collegiate Hockey League standings, GCU in 5th place at 18 points. ASU in 9th place at 12 points. So still early, right? Only 10 games into the season, as I mentioned, but a lot of room for improvement and things to work on as we gear towards the middle stretch.
Yeah, we have over 20 games to go still in the regular season, so we still have plenty of time to see if teams are going to fall, if teams are going to rise. You don't know what can happen in any kind of sport, and when it comes to hockey, everything is open right now. Now, can either of these teams be number 1 or number 2? Potentially, but it's going to be a long climb, especially for GCU because they started off the season 5-0. And like you mentioned, they lost 4 of the last 5 games. So how are they going to bounce back? This is a great opportunity to do that in front of a big audience where we nearly have, believe what, 4,500 to 5,000 people here?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Yeah, and, these two teams, head coach, of course, for GCU, Danny Roy, in his 10th season, just the stuff that he's done to revamp this program. And on the flip side, for Arizona State, Johnny Walker heading into his first season as head coach of the club hockey team, and not out to a bad start. 4-4-1 with a real chance to do some damage as this season progresses. But, yeah, just super excited to be here. Once again, calling this game for the Varsity Sports Show, and we're in store for some good action.
Absolutely. And something I want to mention, too, you were talking about the experience of both of these head coaches. And for GCU, yeah, head coach comes in and he revamps this entire program. And the fact that they had championship success when it came to a couple years ago. And it's amazing to see that it takes time to build such a good program. And the fact that ASU's head coach Walker, like you said, is starting off 4-4-1. It's not a bad start because for first-year head coaches, it takes time. It's not always going to be an instant impact. So it's a solid start for them, but it's about consistency. That's what they're trying to figure out because being neutral, it's good, but it's also bad. You know what I mean? Like it's a blessing and a curse.
Yep. As we await the national anthem here in Prescott Valley, an anticipated second game between Arizona State and Grand Canyon University. So we get set for national anthem and then puck drop.
Yeah, the last 3 series GCU has taken. So if ASU wants to be able to rebound back and get to a good standard, they've got to be able to beat their rivals.
Yeah, a rivalry that's very well announced. GCU has had the edge as of late. ASU looking to restart the culture and get back into the dominance that they had.
Yeah, some X factors we got to point out tonight too. At least in my opinion, when it comes to ASU, is Kaden Butler, forward number 24. He has had 6 assists and 10 points throughout the season. Only 4 goals, but honestly, 4 goals is pretty solid. And I feel like tonight he's going to play a big role when it comes to the overall team's performance to keep their winning going. And as for tonight for GCU, it's going to be Evan Layden. Keep an eye out for him, rookie forward.
Yeah, those are some big time players. And, for Danny Roy, he really just changed the culture, right? He helped the Lopes make the jump into the ACHA Division 1 in 2019-2020 and expanding to all 3 levels, D1, D2, D3. Roy won ACHA D2 Western Region Coy Honors in 2018, and he has a lengthy resume and is really the jumpstart that has grown this Grand Canyon team. So we get the starters for Grand Canyon. At left wing, number 10, Ben Oakland out of Boise, Idaho, the junior. In the center, Owen Hansen out of West Fargo, North Dakota. And right wing, number 28, Ricky Nelson out of Medina, Minnesota. On defense, number 3, Owen Legowski from Foothills, Alberta. And number 20, Gavin Ukele to round things out on defense.
Yeah, this defense for GCU has also done a good job at making sure that they limit the amount of goals that they've given up. They've scored 32 goals on the season, which is the same amount that ASU has given up. And GCU has only given up 16 goals throughout the season. A couple nights ago, they did give up 3 goals, but I'm assuming that with them learning from their loss, they're hopefully going to come into this game making sure that their rotation is ready for the Sun Devils offense.
Yeah, you make a great point about goals being scored, and really this is going to be, I think, a defensive game and one where both teams are going to need to capitalize. We're going to switch our way to the national anthem. as we welcome you back here to Prescott Valley, Arizona, set for puck drop.
Can we just give credit to Ronnie right there? That was an awesome national anthem. I mean, to perform as an electric guitarist like that, that is crazy awesome.
No, that was amazing and just kind of speaks to the atmosphere here. It's unbelievable. So starting goaltenders, we have Nathaniel Glenn for ASU and Dmitro Kubrutsky for Grand Canyon University.
Really quiet.
Yeah, sorry about that. Some technical difficulties. Starting goaltenders for the Sun Devils is going to be Nathaniel Glenn for Grand Canyon. It's going to be Dmitro Kubritsky. And we expect a very hard-fought game. Kubritsky comes in for GCU with a 1.77 goals against average, and Glenn for ASU a 3.08 goals against average. Both these guys getting the start here tonight. And, you know, when Vince was talking to Grand Canyon head coach Danny Roy, he said our staff is really aggressive in recruiting. You know, it's going to be a really fun night. We're expecting a great battle with Arizona State and really looking to put on a good show for the fans here tonight. So,
Well, that's what happens. That's how you turn around a good program, though. You have to get aggressive with recruiting, and we're underway.
And Arizona State controls the draw. They'll play it in their own end. It's up that half wall, and already we have fisticuffs. And it looks like we're going to get offsetting penalties. The ref points at the penalty box. And we talked about the physicality. Well, that's one way to go about it. So it looks like it's going to be offsetting minors for roughing. I was looking at the puck on the close wall there, Ethan, and all of a sudden you look over and there's a guy already tackling someone else.
Yeah, I believe
Crazy
that was
start.
Yeah, I believe that was number 21, Carson Cooch there on the penalty. He was standing over one of the forwards there for GCU. Basically, I guess that's a way to start this rivalry, right? Start off the game in the Grand Canyon Classic with already trying to assert dominance by saying, "Hey, we're here to play. Like, we're not going to go easy on you guys. It's going to get very physical, like you mentioned earlier, just like with any other hockey match. But when it comes to a rivalry like this, you're going to hear a lot of slamming into the boards. You're going to hear a lot of that tonight. And already to barely get, not barely, just above 10 seconds into this game, we already got some action.
Well, it's going to be the first special teams test of the night as we're going to get early 4-on-4 action. And GCU wins the draw. So Kaylee with the puck. Feeds it back. A quick shot. Eaten up by Glenn. Rebound scoots out.
Good.
It'll be Sovisky along the far boards. Having trouble handling it. A hard forecheck now for GCU. It'll get fed up back to the point. But it's taken away by Arizona State.
Good pressure by the Lobes to start, but ASU's defense holding strong to start off.
That's Tritzler finding it back and now winding things up. Izzy Kaylee. He'll feed it across. And now a slot chance, but the stick lift from the Sun Devils, a good defensive play, erases a chance for GCU.
Rotated his shoulders to the outside and deflected it back. Good save.
Puck will be played back in. Now it's Arizona State's turn as they choose to break out. Dancing with it behind the net. Now it's fed up to Chase along the boards. Sun Devils looking for a clean breakout. GCU not letting them have it. Now along the left side. It's Manning And the Lopes will intercept that pass. Chipped out off the skate. A lot of funny bounces so far. Just trying to establish possession right now.
Yeah, this is usually how a hockey game starts too. Both teams testing the waters right now. Because now we have open space right here.
Nifty move there by Friesman. Couldn't get through the GCU defense. And a Lopes player goes down. No call. Grand Canyon circles back.
Yeah, no tripping penalty there.
Franklin plays it over to White. White has it through the middle. Stick check once again.
3-on-1. It's going to be hard to win that match.
Quick shot there on Kubritsky. Puck is lifted out. Both these teams trying to really get the puck in the offensive zone. A lot of neutral zone play so far. Passes fed across. A quick shot goes wide. And the net becomes dislodged, so we'll have a whistle.
Oh, the pass was right there. That was a good shot off of the post, but it bounces off at the wrong angle, goes up too high, leading to the player running right into the net, stopping the play.
And early, Ethan, a couple big defensive plays from Arizona State, lifting the stick of the Lopes, a couple high-quality scoring chances negated.
But, I mean, if you allow it too much, though, you got to be able to send some pressure to the other side, because if that continues to happen, you're going to break at some point.
Now along the right side, it's Cameron. He'll take a hit. He'll chip it in. Arizona State looking to establish the forecheck. The Lopes break out quickly. But that play is going to be whistled down for offside. At 17:22 mark here in the first period.
And we had some shoving over here at the back, too. Just a couple pushes behind the backside. And, again, that's what's going to happen when it comes to a rivalry game like this. There's going to be chips all over the place.
Yeah, well, you have the first offsetting penalties of the game. We talked about the physicality and already on display. Was fighting for it in the corner is Hansen. He's piled up with a couple ASU players as it'll be behind the net. Chase for ASU. Dancing with it. He'll feed it back behind the net, looking for a clean breakout.
Good clear.
Now the Lopes dump it right back in. Chadwick takes a hit. Grand Canyon, a nice pass out in the slot. Quick shot is blocked. Grand Canyon still has it. It's kept alive at the point. Running down is Slaviski. A quick shot that's wide.
Had it open on that left side, just missed it by a margin.
Savivsky with a great chance there for Grand Canyon. Whistle one wide of Glenn. Arizona State looking to reset.
ASU so far has done a good job at when it comes to defending, but when it comes to bouncing and regaining, oh, here we go.
And now down on the forecheck is Misalik. Playing the body there against a couple
that was ASU's
ASU defenders. Grand Canyon will go back. Puck is played across. Jack Thomas takes a hit to make the play. Glenn will feed it out. And another big hit along the close boards. Really seeing the body being played by both of these teams.
Yeah, Trevor
ASU.
Trevor Kennedy there on the hit. And these Sun Devils are getting really aggressive when it comes to smacking around the Lopes. There you go, once again.
Puck is played along the close boards. Arizona State plays it back in. Bukele feeds it up. Now it's lifted in by Layden, and Glenn will hold for a whistle.
A lot of these passes by both teams are getting blocked a lot, and it's not by the goalies; it's by all the defensive men. They're getting lined up left and right, making sure that the puck doesn't really get around the goalie at all. They're doing a good job at rotating around. So we'll see what happens here now.
And that shot is well wide from Tritzlander. Grand Canyon cycles it down. Trying to play keep away. Puck squirts out to Arizona State. Now it's their turn. Crossing the blue line. Dumping in. around the circle, quick pass in front of the net. That's cut off. And the Lopes, a quick breakout. Now along the right side, it's Tritzler. But ASU is all over that. A quick turn of possession. And Kubritsky will gobble that one up.
Yeah, GCU's defense, they haven't really had to do a whole lot tonight. ASU hasn't, when they get into the offensive zone or into GCU's defensive zone, it's like the play is already almost gone. You blink once and they're right back at it on the attack. ASU's not starting off really well on offense, but GCU, they're bringing so much pressure that they're consistently staying on offense.
Yeah, both these teams just really trying to establish that time of possession, trying to get some good quality shots on goal, generate some scoring chances. It's Grand Canyon with a 2-on-2 opportunity. Plays made by Chadwick for ASU, but it's kept alive by the Lopes. Another shot is blocked. Now the third or fourth shot block for Arizona State. Almost too many men from Grand Canyon. Able to jump over the puck that time.
Yeah, both teams are making substitutions now and at a good time too.
Now it's GCU with the forecheck. A quick rip around. Shot is just high over Glenn. Puck squirts back to the point. It's blocked off again.
By the stick once again. All the puck just keeps hitting each stick when it comes to these shots. They can't get a clear lane.
Now it's Arizona State chipping it in. Hard on the forecheck. Plays to Franklin. Nice little chip pass there from Misalik. He's hard on the forecheck. He'll take a hit. Spinning on that one is Hendrickson behind the net. Hendrickson fighting for it. Plays it back up top. GCU trying to work the perimeter. And that pass is intercepted, but not getting a lot on it. That one, Ukele went to the backhand, just couldn't get any gusto.
Yeah, he had the shot right there, but he slipped and it went right off the end of his puck. He wanted it at the very tip, but got it on the stud.
Pass squirts out to the slot, but it's fished away by the Lopes. And a good battle for it in the corner. Puck squirts free. ASU has it.
Broken stick.
They'll fire it back up to the point. D to D. Shot is blocked. A nice little chip play. Grand Canyon almost had a 2-on-1. It's Ben Chase for ASU. A power move to the front, but it's poked away and fired back up.
Good attempt there by Hayden Manning to go with the 3-on-1. Almost got it, but once again, this GCU defense is just standing so tall.
ASU trying to fish it out. Now coming along with a nice move. A drag almost there for Matthew Gross. A couple of players run into each other.
Yeah, a lot of hitting and smacking going around after that missed shot. I'm surprised the foul wasn't called there. That looked intentional. Very intentional.
Gotta be careful if you're GCU of Matthew Gross. Comes in leading Arizona State with 18 points, 7 goals on the season. So we're going to have a penalty. It's going to be a slashing call on Arizona State. GCU will have its first power play of the game. It'll be number 28, Kelton Chadwick.
Yeah, Chadwick's played 8 games this season, 2 assists, 2 points, no goals, but...
So we're going to have sideline interview for you guys coming up right now. As now GCU set up on the power play, slashing call. Coming at 11:05 here in the first period. It'll be Grand Canyon's first opportunity on the power play. Jack Thomas commands things. Finding out to Jacquette. Thomas rips it in. Now behind the net, it's Oakland. Oakland plays it out to Thomas. D to D. Jacquette back to Thomas. Thomas waits, looking for an opportunity to shoot it.
Good zone defense by the Sun Devils. GCU is trying to find that lane.
And a big time shot. Rebound. Now it's cleared by Arizona State. Good save from Glenn, but the rebound was there.
Yeah, GCU wants that one-on-one matchup, but because of the 3 defensive men that ASU has, they're not able to get that clear, so they got to find that crease in the zone.
Now along the left side, it's Schwartz the second.
Uh-oh.
And now here's Arizona State with a chance. That one's played in deep by Kennedy, trying to eat away the power play minutes. Doing a nice job of keeping Grand Canyon to the outside, not really allowing anything through the middle.
Well, they haven't, and once they see the puck, they just clear it. They smack it all the way to the other side. That's what you do on a power play. You clear it as fast as you can.
That puck is played up. It's Layden with it, trying to fish for it. Goes off the skate, out of the zone. Grand Canyon will have to regroup. Layden walks back in. They'll do a soft dump. It's picked up by Shurik. And Serchik will fight for it as penalty time winds down, and the power play is over for Grand Canyon. Arizona State with a big kill early here in the first period.
Good job by the Sun Devils. And for GCU, it felt like they were trying to do a lot of trickery when it came to their game plans there. They went with the strong push and then pull it back and try to pass left and right, but it just didn't work out.
So that'll be icing on Arizona State. Well, special teams already a factor here, Ethan. You had the 4-on-4, no real opportunities, good defense, and then Grand Canyon with their first chance on the power play, not really able to establish a presence there in the offensive zone.
No, not really. And they're doing different things. Like they're trying to find out, like, how are we going to get past that zone defense, especially with, again, taking advantage of a power play. But again, if they need to learn how to get those one-on-one matchups going so they can get more aggressive and get a goal on the board.
Sneaky shot there is gobbled up by Glenn. It looks like we're going to have our first stoppage with 8:24 here in the first period. And a back and forth contest as it's number 3 for Grand Canyon leaving the ice. Owen Legowski.
So the X factor I pointed out for GCU was Evan Leeden, and Leeden is one of just 3 freshmen that have broken through for a spot on this year's D1 roster, but they've all proven why since that point. I mean, Leeden's 2 scores on Sunday. Layden, excuse me. Thank you, Jesse. Layden's 2 scores on Sunday, doubled his goal output for the year, and his 6 points, which are tied for 4th on the team, put him 2 behind his other freshman teammate, Michael Schwartz, who has 6 goals and 2 assists so far. That's just 1 behind the scoring leader, which is Owen Henson.
We're going to give you guys a sideline interview. A fan interview, rather, of some of the fans here. So we'll come back to that on the next intermission break. And again, you saw, okay, there. Schwartz comes back to the bench. So face off to the left of Glenn.
Yep.
One back and another hard rising shot.
Went
over the goal.
Went right ahead of what I was going to say. If they could get a breakaway right there and win the face-off, they were able to get that shot, and they went for it just a little too high.
Grand Canyon relentless, trying to get that all-important first goal. But it's ASU along the right side. Developing chance pass just misses the stick of Day. That's a shot turned aside from Kubritsky. Good paddle save. Move made behind the net. Sun Devils on the hunt right now. White. That shot is blocked. Play back in.
It's almost like the Lopes know when a Sun Devil is going right behind them. They all get together and stand up like a wall, trying to block the edges so that those corners and blindside spots for their goalie don't get attacked.
Now on the left side, a power move that time from King. Squirry is right in front of Kubritsky. Gets up.
Almost slid right into him.
Puck is dumped back in from ASU. Taking a look over his shoulder is Cameron. Play it to the far side now. And a big hit there. A good save from Kubritsky. A little extracurriculars. And that's going to be a penalty on ASU. It's going to be Connor Squirry.
Well, Owen Hansen there didn't even realize that when he tapped the puck in, there was nobody else there to clear it, and he gave it right to the Sun Devils and took a straight shot. And and the goalie went, saw the puck coming right at him, and of course that's their job, is to make sure that they're prepared for every kind of shot. Good job by GCU for recovering from that mistake.
Wow, that's a tough one there for Connor Squarey, because now it gives Grand Canyon their second power play of the game on a play that was, really unnecessary. The whistle had already gone, and he, gives a little contact there to Kubritsky. So now it's the Lopes with their second power play of the game. What would you like to see, Ethan, as far as creating some offense?
Well, for ASU, the Sun Devils, they run a lot of zone when it comes to power plays when they're against it. And right as you can see, they have all their guys lined up right around the goalie. And if you're GCU, you've got to be able to find that crease, get a triple pass going, get one in, one out, bounce to the outside, and take that slam shot in the corner.
That's a high wrister, glove down by Glenn. Well, I think they need to just put some pucks on the net, crash the net hard, maybe get a rebound, because it's going to be hard to beat Glenn if he has a clean look at it. You almost need a guy in front of the net screening, take away his eyes, and hope for a rebound. Look for some low, hard shots from the point.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more on that. And honestly, when it comes to, again, the Sun Devils have given up 32 goals this season. And like you said, Glenn has done a good job at making sure that any direct shot to him pretty much has gotten through.
That shot just high.
Excuse me, pretty much hasn't gotten through. So they got to try to aim for those top corners and bottom corners and trying to find a way to sneak the puck around them and slice through.
Well, less than 50 seconds on the power play. Grand Canyon. Jakubsma able to keep it in. Plays it back to Thomas. Thomas walks the line. Thomas over to Jakubsma, but misses the stick. Now Thomas playing catch with Jakubsma. Up, shot and a rebound. Nice save by Glenn. The Lopes trying to fish for it behind the net. Thomas again. Dances. Finds the middle. Looks for a shot. It's blocked. Puck squirts behind the net. And almost, it is kept alive by Thomas. What a play.
Wow.
It's fished out from the middle high slot. And a glove save by Glenn. Grand Canyon starting to apply the pressure. The net is off once more. It'll be a whistle.
The Sun Devils are the boxing bag, and GCU are the gloves. They're punching and punching and punching and punching. and they're trying to be like Captain America in Avengers right now, where he's in the in the training room, and then he finally gets to a point where he punches the bag and it breaks free. That's where the Lobes are trying to get at right now. They're trying to bust through that bag, and they just can't. No matter how many times they're attacking, they're bringing relentless pressure, but they're shooting too high, and they're shooting at Glenn directly, consistently.
Now puck is played back to Thomas, and Glenn is there to shut the door once more. Nate Glenn really being a factor here for Arizona State, making some big saves in between the pipes, keeping this game knotted at 0. Now it'll be Grand Canyon with their second power play unit on with 15 seconds left to go. Jacquet walks to the middle. Jacquet. Shot is disrupted and played down by Arizona State. Kubritsky lays it out for Thomas as power play time set to expire for GCU.
And the Lobes had 32 shots on goal last game, so this game is already starting to be very familiar and very similar to what happened 2 days ago. So many shots, but could only get one. Whereas the Sun Devils had 29 shots and were able to get 3 goals. So both of these teams did a good job at getting shots and getting pressure. But right now it's all GCU, but not able to break free. And as for ASU, they haven't really brought a lot of pressure.
Yeah, there's been a lot of good battles for it, especially along the boards. I feel like getting the first one is so important, right? It gets you into the game.
Oh, yeah.
If you're GCU, it gets the crowd into it.
And GCU is considered the home team here, and there are a lot of GCU fans here. And honestly, there's been a lot of like whoas and ohs, a lot of crashes and burns, We haven't seen anything like super exciting when it comes to goals, of course, but someone is bound to break at some point.
Pass along the close side. Nealon plays it into the corner. Soft touch. Cycle back. Pops out in front of Kubritsky. He dives on it. Dangerous play off the boards, but a heads-up play to just freeze it. And that's sometimes all it takes, right? Nealon dumping it in. It takes a funny bounce, and you got a guy there crashed at night, potential scoring chance.
They had an opportunity right there, and I think for the Sun Devils, that's what they're trying to hope for at this point because, again, they've gotten into the offensive zone only a little bit, but it doesn't last long. It's only lasted for about maybe 10 to 15 seconds, and then it's already gone, and then it's all GCU from there. There you go.
Breaking out is Oakland. Puck goes out to Glenn's right. Big hit there. Arizona State plays it back in Grand Canyon's end. Door comes off of the penalty box. A big hit. Knocks the hinges off.
Yeah, that smacked the penalty box door wide open. That's how hard of a hit he just took right there. That was awesome.
And another big hit there. That's going to be a penalty. And a huge hit on the boards. It'll be a penalty on GCU. I think for that initial tripping play is almost a slew foot there. Tough break.
Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah,
Owen Hansen has been having a little bit of a frustrating night. I mean, he's trying to get those breaks. Again, he leads the team in goals with 7. Or, excuse me, no. Yes, 7 goals. And right there, like you mentioned, they had to take him out just to get him cooled off because he almost unintentionally gave up a goal for his team earlier. And then you had the big hit there. Both teams frustrated.
So now it's ASU's turn on the power play. They'll try to draw first blood here in this game. Up top is Gross. He'll swing it high over to the right side. Shot is blocked by Thomas. He'll play it out. A little bit of extracurricular.
Sun Devils try to pull off a a little no-look pass in the middle, pass to the outside, and then take the shot. It's a classic move that's been around for a very long time. Weren't able to get it there.
Puck is played in deep. Sun Devils working along the half boards. King cycles it down to Gross. He gets written hard into the boards. Four-man scrum ensues. And the puck is stuck somewhere, so the whistle will go. Via whistle to Kubritsky's right.
That was
So far, amazing energy.
Yeah, and that was that tackle we just saw in the corner. Number 73, Sean Spring, defensive end, played 5 games, 4 assists, 4 points, no goals, but he's a really aggressive guy. He will do what he has to do to protect his teammates and himself from getting any kind of scuff on his face. And I mean scratches, bruises, you name it. But again, it's hockey. You never know.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to end up with something at some point.
I mean, these guys, they're playing through everything, right? It's one of the toughest sports to play, and these guys know what it takes to be professionals, the work that goes into it.
Oh, yeah, and it amazes me. Just even normal ice skating is hard for anybody to do, but for these guys to do this at such a high speed is so incredible to watch.
Now it goes into the corner. ASU has it at the top. It's Gross. He'll slide it back up top. Quick shot tip. Nobody there. Nobody home for Arizona State. That would have been a good play. Nice little chip pass from Butler in front of the net.
Yeah, it went right off the skate, and he had the open crease. But like you mentioned, nobody was there.
So Chadwick playing catch with Gross. He'll feed it down. Back up to Chadwick. Gross ran out of real estate. And a nice job there as Gross is getting worked over along the close boards.
Got another broken stick for GCU. That's the second one tonight. Still out there on the ice.
Nice job from Sean Spring, just taking away time and space on Gross. That plays in the middle. Harmless little pass. Kubritsky swallows it up.
Demitro just saw the puck roll right up to him. I'm like, oh, there you are, little buddy, and just put it right down. It's probably one of the easiest saves he'll get.
Well, sometimes that's all it takes, right? Is a little innocent play, and you find it in the back of the net. So,
but sometimes the easiest ones that are able to be saved can be the hardest ones. It's like catching.
Right.
It's like catching a football. You know, you could be wide open, but that catch you could easily drop.
That'll be icing on Grand Canyon. So 38 seconds left here in the first period. Grand Canyon's had a couple power plays. ASU has had one. So far, the penalty kill is perfect for both of these squads here, Ethan.
Yeah, I mean, both of these squads have learned, I believe, from how GCU started in the last game with scoring the first goal and then ASU scoring 3 in the second period. They looked back at that film and went, what did they do to get through our defenses? And I think they both have done an excellent job tonight at standing tall in their defensive zones. Now the fans are starting to get really rowdy for both sides. Love it.
Yeah, the puck is wheeled back in for Grand Canyon. It's Hansen on it. He'll work his way with Layden. Layden trying to get it in front of the net. Grand Canyon looking for one more opportunity. Shot is whipped on. And it looks like that'll be the end of the first period as we'll take a break. It's 0-0. We're going to go over to our sideline soon here for a sideline update. But defense has been the talk of this period, Ethan. Talk about special teams. Both these goaltenders, Kubritsky and Glenn, have been rock solid. There hasn't been a lot of high-scoring opportunities, but they've made all the saves that they need to make. They've looked clean, and there's been a lot of hits. You talk about how much these teams want it. Well, it's pretty evident here tonight.
It is, yeah. This you couldn't have asked for a better start from both of these teams. Not for goals, like you said, but for defense. That's what both of these coaches are going to go into the locker room telling their teams, like, you guys are standing tall on defense, but we got to find a way to break through that wall because we're forming the cracks, but those bricks are standing tall. And both goalies, like you mentioned, have done a good job.
So we're going to go to our sideline reporter, Carmen Liberto. Little sideline break.
Some good quality shots there, good zone time. They're obviously going to have some pushback coming out here in the intermission. We got a long change, so we got to keep our changes short. But I think we're playing our type of hockey right now. We just got to keep building on it.
Absolutely. You guys have had a couple power plays. Is there anything you need to change for those?
Just getting more shots through. We're getting plenty of time to make plays. We just got to get more shots. They're giving up rebounds, and they're sitting right there for us. So we just got to keep shooting.
We'll see you for the second period. Thank you.
We're going to go down to have Vince report with a fan here now, here in Prescott Valley.
Okay. Hey, guys. So I'm here with Al, who is an East Coaster, but he lives up here. Where do you live, Al? Don't give me your address. Just tell me where you live.
Prescott Valley.
Oh, Prescott Valley. Okay. But you're from the East Coast. You're a big hockey fan, but you're here supporting the GCU Lopes, correct?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because I like the school. A lot of our students go to GCU.
And you're a big hockey fan. What are you enjoying about this game tonight?
Well, I enjoyed the speed of the game. I enjoyed the back checking of the Lopes. I'm a little disappointed with their power play. I don't like the way they're cycling the puck. You take a look, it's 8 shots on goal each, and yet the Arizona State's been in the penalty box more than the Lopes have. So I would think at least the shots on goal would be more. I like to see more people players in the slot more.
How do you feel about the coaching?
Well, if I was to step in, I'd just say let's work that power play a little stronger. But I like their skating skills and I like their speed, and the back check's excellent.
All right, there you go, Al, from the East Coast who lives up here in Prescott Valley. Al, thanks so much for being a good sport and waiting around and getting this done. Good luck to the Lopes tonight.
You betcha. Good luck, Lopes.
Back to you guys. All right. Thank you, sir. Nice to meet you. All right. Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldies Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies.
Hi, I'm Carmen Liberto with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with head coach for ASU Club Hockey, Johnny Walker. Now, Coach, you guys had a really strong win against GCU on Thursday, 3-1. Is there anything from that performance you want to see in tonight's game?
Yeah, I think we had a good 50 minutes. I think we came out slow. I think we can bounce back tonight and put a full 60 together, come out hard, and be a bit more physical.
Absolutely. And, you know, this is your first year coaching your first Grand Canyon Classic. How do you feel about it tonight?
No, I'm excited. I think it should be a really good crowd. It's great to be a part of it, and I think it's really cool for our team to experience playing in front of so many people.
And that was Coach Johnny Walker for ASU. Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Carmen Liberto with the Varsity Sports Show. I'm here with head coach for GCU Club Men's Hockey, Daniel Roy. Now, Coach, this is the second Grand Canyon Classic. How do you feel about this program for Arizona hockey in a whole?
It's exciting. Exciting that we get to come up and do this now for a second year in a row. Last year's performance on the ice was great, but the fans and the crowd was exciting to see hockey in a place that there used to be professional hockey. So to see the same result with ticket sales going through the roof again, I just can't wait to get it going.
Absolutely. And you've said to yourself you've had a pretty balanced season so far with your players like Owen Hansen, Michael Schwartz, and even rookie Evan Later. How do you feel about them stepping up?
It's always nice having some new guys in the lineup start producing. I think we need to produce more. It's where we're struggling right now. Our games are close. Thankfully, goaltending's keeping things manageable for us. So, yeah, hopefully tonight we get back to some of the basic things that were getting us our chances, and we're able to put a few more in.
Absolutely. And that was head coach Daniel Roy for GCU. An absolutely insane first period for GCU and ASU. With the penalty just within 11 seconds of the first period, absolutely crazy. And GCU, with multiple power plays, can't quite finish yet, but they will be back in the second period, hopefully to finish all of them.
Hey, everyone, we're going to head down to Vince for some fan interviews.
Prescott Valley. So, what is it about hockey that gets you so excited that makes you want to come out and watch these guys banging around on the boards?
Maybe them fighting.
Fighting? Really? Okay. What do you think of the game so far?
Really fun.
A lot of fun. Do you have a favorite player? Do you have a favorite coach? How about a favorite broadcaster?
Yeah,
Who? All right. This is my new best friend here, Faye. Okay, guys, enjoy the rest of the game. Thanks so much for letting me come by and talk to you guys. And can you give me a go, Lopes?
Go.
Go, Lopes. Okay, back to you guys.
The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for some second period action here in Prescott Valley, Arizona. My name's Jesse Davis. Join alongside me is my broadcast partner, Ethan Troll. And Ethan, 0-0 game heading into the second period. I think if you're both of these coaches, you're pretty happy with how that first period went.
Yeah, I mean, again, it was a little ugly for both offenses. GCU brought a ton of pressure, and for the Sun Devils, they didn't do a whole lot when it came to pressure until the very end of that first period. They were actually able to stand in the GCU's defensive zone for quite a long time there. But now we're about to see a little bit more of an aggressive approach, hopefully, in the second period. Both teams with 8 shots on goal from that first period. Expect more of that in this second intermission.
Yeah, and I think for Danny Roy, GCU, you're looking to get back at Arizona State. Worst a 3-1 loss on Thursday night. And for Johnny Walker for ASU, come out with a lot of physicality to start once again. Just really about getting shots on goal. I think that's the biggest thing for these two periods is just funneling pucks on net. You have two amazing goaltenders, Kubritsky for Grand Canyon and Glenn for Arizona State. And a big hit there at center ice as Cooch absolutely destroyed defenseman of Arizona State.
Yeah, he got decked right there. He had no idea that was coming. He looked straight ahead of him after trying to swing the puck out, and boom, he got laid out. I'm surprised he was able to get up after that. What a hit.
And that's the kind of physicality that we know. Another big hit along the boards. Arizona State has it. And a high shot. Pad saved by Kubritsky. Puck is in and they score. A rebound goal for Arizona State. They strike first. It's number 39, Ben Chase, puts it in. And Arizona State on the board to start. They're up 1-0.
Ben Chase saw something there and took advantage of it. GCU, as we look at the replay, GCU, they lost where the puck went. And they had the chance to clear it, but everybody was looking around for it. And then Ben, like you said, just came up and popped it right in with nobody even looking. And that's now, there we go. First score on the board, first strike on goal now. How about that?
Yeah, great start for Arizona State, coming out strong in the second. Pass is broken up by Thomas, looking to double down.
Yeah, almost did it again.
And that's just an innocent-looking play, right? You get a shot from the point, and Ben Chase is there to clean up the rebound. Kubritsky did all he could, sprawling into a snow angel in the crease, but got to give credit to ASU. They came out strong, and now here's a chance. Shot right on goal, right into the midsection of Glenn. Arizona State able to clear.
And again, the Lopes, they're continuing to hit Glenn directly. And that hasn't been working. He's been saving almost every shot, just like that.
That's another hard shot from Wardes right on Glenn. He'll take a whistle. ASU able to crack through, finally getting to Kubritsky. They're up 1-0, and it's kind of how they started on Thursday night, right? They went up 2-0 and took control from there.
Yeah, and what's weird is to start this second intermission, this left side that we're looking at, when it comes to the ice rink, there's been no offensive play over here, and it's been the same thing now for ASU, where on these last two possessions for GCU, they come into the defensive zone of the Sun Devils for a bit, and then the puck is gone right away, and it goes over to the other side.
Yeah, that's something that they for sure probably talked about coming into this game.
Man, there's like a little spell over here that's been put up on this left side where it's barely getting touched. So Glenn's getting a good break.
That's a one-touch pass that'll head down for icing against Grand Canyon. He'll come back down. So Arizona State will make some changes. But that's the important one. The first one is always the most important. You try to get your team energized. And now looking to build off that if you're Coach Walker and ASU.
Well, when it comes to the energy, it's been high throughout the whole game, but when it came to scoring the first goal, it's just been silent. And whoever, it seems like so far this game has been whoever makes the first mistake is going, like, first major mistake is going to lose this game. GCU has made that mistake so far with losing the puck and giving up a goal. So we'll see now if they can rebound or bounce back from it.
Now there's a big scrum in GCU's end. ASU plays it down. It's picked up behind the net by Jacquet. He'll start the breakout. The Lopes clear it.
Good pressure.
And now ASU will go back to work. Cross pass. It's going to go down for icing. Right idea there if you're Butler trying to connect cross ice, but it's too much. And it'll come down back in Arizona State's end.
I love seeing Schwartz coming up, taking on the 2-on-1 right here and trying to keep the puck on the side. And it ends up sending out the clear, but it disrupted the Sun Devils a little bit. If GCU wants to get that first goal and disrupt the defense and disrupt the passing game of the Sun Devils, that's what you got to do more. Get up in their face and get as physical as them.
That shot's blocked in front.
Right on cue.
Now Butler on the forecheck for ASU. An errant pass there. That's a big hit there from the Lopes. Glenn will come back to play it. Funny ricochet off the glass. Pops out to the high slot. But it's rimmed around hard by Marchant down the ice. And it'll be a tip pass, so no icing. So Lopes will look to start out the breakout. Drop back by Husby. And a quick shot there right into the glove of Glenn.
Stretched out like Odell and just caught it right out of the air. They were trying to go for that corner shot like I was talking about in the first period, where they got to attack at the corners because Glenn is blocking off the entire middle section. And, I mean, was that the greatest shot? No, but it's a start.
Well, and Vince had a chance to catch up with Brayton Husby before the game yesterday and really just talked about the emotions coming into the game. Husby, a redshirt senior freshman, said, last year going to nationals was great for the team. It really opened up about what it takes to be a top 10 team. And, he said, we have a lot of returners this year, a lot of experience to show for the new guys, show them the ropes about the league and the physicality that comes with it. And Husby trying to tie the game for his team. Couple good shots on goal. But that's kind of the motto for Coach Roy and this GCU team. Now ASU collects on the left side. Passes played in.
Yeah, tried to get the pass over to the middle, but struck the puck a little too hard and it went too fast. Good counter.
And still with it for ASU is White. He'll play it in. Kuritsky fields it behind the net, and he'll pop back out and play through by Palmer into the corner. We got a four-man scrum for it. ASU comes out. Behind the net now is Quast. Fires it back up to White. He'll keep it in. Pass into the slot, but it's directed to the corner by Grand Canyon. Still with it is ASU working hard in the corner is Kennedy and Quast. Pop pucks out. And now the Lopes try to rim it around, but it's stopped on the right side. And a big hit there from Shurik. Shurik with a huge hit.
ASU in the first period, again, did a lot of that smacking around on the boards and in the middle of the ice. And now GCU is trying to respond by giving them the same kind of thing. And ASU responded right there with another huge hit.
In his own end is Palmer. Palmer passes it up. ASU committing a change, not on the same page. The Lopes will recover and they'll take over. ASU player falls to the ice. And now it's Grand Canyon with a 3-on-2 along the left side. Pass to the slot. Shot off and now with a stick at Glenn. What a save. A big break there from ASU as they'll have a 3-on-3 chance And it's a paddle save from Kubritsky. Keeping it in is Squirr. He'll chop it down. Now it's Ukele. Ukele pass in front. Shot is blocked right on goal. A little extra bump for Glenn, and now we get the extracurriculars.
There
Crowd
it
gets
is.
fired up. It's fisticuffs behind the net. And we're getting some juicy action here in the second period, and a punch and a couple punches thrown by Squirry. And he might be gone for that. Definitely a penalty. They're going to call offsetting minors, but Squirry with a couple solid right-handed jabs there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, of course, the fans love it. But when it comes to winning the game for your team, that's got to go away. And now you've got multiple penalties here for both squads. And we've been waiting. Honestly, everybody in this arena has been waiting for that. I mean, we've been waiting for the tensions to really rise, especially in a classic like this, the Grand Canyon Classic. You're expected to have a decent physical matchup no matter what. And when you've got guys like this going up against each other, and then once that first jab is thrown, it's officially game on.
Everything breaks wide open.
Yep.
Well, so for Grand Canyon, it'll be Jake Koopsma in the box for ASU Squarey. So we set up for another round of 4-on-4. Squarey and Jake Koopsma in the box.
And if you're the Lopes, this is now the time to get the one-on-one matchups. 4-on-4. Yes, ASU's defense for zone is pretty solid. They've been doing a good job at it tonight. But they have to have that one-on-one matchup. And if they can't get it, it's not going to be looking good for them.
Yeah, well, this is... it's actually going to be a couple guys in the box for Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Tyler Misalak
Yeah, Tyler.
as well.
Yeah, Tyler Misalak was in one of those scuffles too, where it was another one-on-one.
So what started as a man apiece has turned into a 2 combo for both.
I mean, you had 3 different scuffles going on after that. You had a 3v1 and then 2 one-on-ones. So multiple guys were going to go in the penalty box, but it's crazy to see 4 in the combined 2.
Now ASU winds it up. And on the left side, pass right across the crease. Going for a big hit. Falling on the ice is Gross.
Oh, that could have been so much worse. He barely got him on the shoulder. If he went right for the chest, that was a knockout.
Winding up is Huffer right into the midsection of Glenn. Puck goes around the net. Thomas recovers. Thomas to Huffer. Broken stick for Grand Canyon. Huffer with a shot that gets deflected on Glenn. He'll paddle it aside. It's back up to Huffer. Back over to Henriksen. Henriksen elects to come out of the zone and regroup for Grand Canyon. But Thomas loses it in his feet, able to get it back. Slides it across to Henriksen. He'll take a look up ice. And it's poked along by Oakland. And now Chase has it for ASU. In the feet of Gross, he can't find it. Picked up by Huffer, but he loses it. And it's like hot potato.
Thanks for taking the words right out of my mouth there. I was just about to say it's like hot potato now, and it's starting to turn into a game of chess where they're trying to read each other, but they're reading each other a little too much.
And now Oakland cycles it back. Arizona State up 1-0 thanks to a goal from Ben Chase. As 20 seconds remain here on 4-on-4 action. In the skates, it's picked up by Oakland. He'll have a chance. A shot off the blocker of Glenn. Played up to Tritzler.
Hey, Glenn is not breaking at all, man. He is standing tall and strong.
And that scores! What a shot from Misalek. He evens things up. It's 1-1.
Well, so much for standing tall and strong. Misalek there with his third goal of the season. One-on-one, he took the shot to the corner. They've been waiting for it. They've been trying to attack it, and they finally break through, tying the game 1-1.
What a job from Tyler Michalek. And it was a quick breaking chance, right? He got the puck on and off his stick, and it's 1-1. Those are the kind of plays, the turnovers that we talked about. And now it's a 1-1 hockey game.
You know, being an announcer is such a great job, but when you have announcers jinx like that, you kind of feel bad because you talk so good about some of these players, and then when the moment happens like that for them, you just really feel bad. But Glenn, again, they kept hitting at his chest, feet, legs, you name it, but they've finally started to attack the top and bottom corners, and they got him on that top right shot. Excuse me, top left shot.
That's a huge goal for Coach Roy and company. It ties things up. And what a time for it, right? It was ASU who struck first as the referee gets in the middle. But a big-time goal.
Well, it turned into a pretzel there, both of them right there.
Good pinch by Ikeli. Passes off the stick.
GCU starting to get a little aggressive there, 2-on-2. They're trying to match the Sun Devils.
And now it's White dancing his way into the zone for ASU. Opportunity gets deflected out to the corner. Grand Canyon collects behind the net. It's Ukeli.
Good job for the Lopes resetting there.
Ukeli, nice little dump pass. Into the zone now is Layden. Layden with a big hit. And not choosing to pinch are the Lopes. That'll be icing, but it's waved off. And a quick shot there.
Oh.
Dangerous chance for ASU as Kubritsky was sliding back towards the goal. Of course, the icing was waved off. Good hustle play from the Sun Devils. Now on it is Kennedy. He'll work it back to the point for Chase. He'll pinch in. Now it's King. King gets his pass.
One-on-one.
Intercepted, dumped in, and away the Lopes go. On the forecheck is Schwartz. He'll make a hit. Still fighting for it. And King comes out for the maroon and gold. He'll softly cycle it in. Both these teams playing the body hard tonight.
Yeah, now you're starting to see both teams balance out a little bit more. And when it comes to the movement of the puck and the movement of their positions, they're really now starting to recognize how they both move as units. And they're doing a good job at counteracting one another.
That's an opportunity for ASU trying to go between the legs. It'll be offside. And whistle will go with 8:58 here in the second. And so it was Ben Chase for ASU. GCU responds. Tyler Michalek to tie the game, Ethan. And what have you seen so far from both these teams here in the second period?
More aggression. That's what it feels like. And honestly, again, in the first period, it was all Sun Devils. The Sun Devils did a really good job at bringing in the pressure of the GCU defensive zone and got a goal. And now it's starting to flip a little bit more with GCU getting their first goal of the game as well. And then after that goal, it's been a more balanced attack on offense and defense. And now both teams have a good grasp of what they're trying to run. But now it's starting to balance out, and they're, like I mentioned earlier, they're counteracting one another with their passing schemes and defensive zones. It's been a good job, and now both teams are really starting to get into their groove. Again, the first period is usually all about testing the waters and poking around at where you can find the weak spots, and then the second intermission is boom, let's go attack those weak points. And then the third, it's like a free for all, pretty much. Go out there and finish out the game.
Well, we're going to see a lot more opportunities now with a tie game, 1-1. You can expect the desperation to pick up here as we're more than halfway through the second period. 8:58 on the clock. The Lopes with 14 shots on goal. The Sun Devils with 10. Now going back in his own end is Tritzler. Taking out two players there is Gross.
Yeah, good 2-on-1 matchup there.
That won't be icing. Now it's Butler for ASU. Loses the puck. Reverse hit. And now the Lopes pick it up. They've got a 3-on-1. Back checkers for ASU. And the net is taken off. Wow. Two players colliding.
Oh, that did not look good.
Sovitzky down on the ice for ASU. A dangerous play. Kind of maybe lost their balance, got tangled up. They slide into the net.
Yeah, he's still down on the ice, and he pointed at his back right leg. He grabbed like just underneath his right glute. But
the referees are talking about it.
Well, he's slowly getting up. So
they are going to call a penalty.
Yeah, that was a really bad hit. I wouldn't be surprised if a penalty was called.
So the referees talk it over. And yeah, it's a dangerous play, right? He dumps him right into the net.
Yeah,
and you don't really have a lot of real estate to work with, especially heading full speed. It's not like you can stop and pull up when you're getting pushed into the goal.
Yeah, and it's nice to see him get up though and shake that off. That was a really hard hit that he took. And now he's going back over to the bench, probably get checked out. But oh no, actually he's bouncing right back out there. He's just gonna take on the pain. He just had to spend a little bit of time on the ground there, and he's right back out there. He's like, no, I'm not quitting yet. No, I'm good. That's all he needed.
Well, you talk about the toughness of hockey players, and they're about as tough as they come. So Arizona State takes over. They'll have the power play. 2 minutes for interference. Just heard it over the announcement system. And that puck is played in. On the forecheck is Gross for ASU, along with King. King has it now. Trying to work it up to the point. Plays it back down to Gross. Gross with the spin.
Nice moves.
Now it's up to the point. Over to Gross, a wrist shot. Getting a piece of it is Grand Canyon. They'll clear it.
Good job by Huffer there to get the block right there. He was ready for that one.
Hard forecheck on ASU. Now it's Ty Marchant with a little drop pass, a dangerous one in that. As Grand Canyon able to do some work on the penalty kill on the left side. Good shoulder safe from Glenn after a close chance from Husby. Short side tried to stuff it.
Glenn's ready for those corner shots now. Ever since giving up that goal, yeah, they haven't really attempted to try and do that again, but he was ready for that with his left shoulder.
Now it's Newland for ASU. White to the top. A cross crease pass. Just misses for Arizona State. And GCU able to clear. 6:50 left on the clock. About 20 seconds left on the power play. The Sun Devils work it up. That one's fired in from Marchant. Kubritsky plays it, and it'll be an easy clear.
Good clear.
For Grand Canyon. That'll do it for the penalty. A dangerous play, and they score. Glenn played it around the net, a mishandle, and it's picked up by Oakland, who buries it for Grand Canyon.
Benjamin Oakland with his third goal of the season and probably one of the easiest ones he'll ever have. Glenn exited the goal and left it wide open. They lost the puck, took advantage and took the shot and got the goal off. Even the whole crowd is like, what are you doing? Get back in the goal. And they slammed it right in the dunker.
Well, a kind of an unorthodox way to score in the power play, but they get it done.
Also, I don't know if dunker is a hockey term there, so let's just roll with it. But still, either way.
I think you might be thinking about basketball.
Yeah, probably. But honestly, there's a
No,
lot of great sports happening tonight.
I'm just messing with you. But what a job from GCU. They're able to find the back of the net again. And a weird play. It almost looked like Glenn was a little too confident playing the puck. As ASU with the stuff chance, Kubritsky swallows it up.
Here we go.
And now we're going to have more extracurriculars. The refs trying to break it up. But it's getting hot and spicy out there on the ice. I just want to go back to Glenn. I mean, he's playing the puck out behind the net and almost was too lackadaisical, right? You didn't realize, I don't think, that Oakland was either there or he saw them and didn't think he was going to get there in time. And really, like you said, Ethan, an easy play for Oakland. He gets the puck, comes around the side of the net, and has a wide open 6x4 to put it in.
Right, exactly. And it's crazy to me because as a goalie, even though Glenn has done such a good job tonight overall, when it comes to awareness, you have to unfortunately be sharp all the time. Even if it looks like an easy save or there's nobody around, you have to make sure you have a sixth sense of where everybody is on the rink.
6 minutes left here in the second period. Some wild plays as of late. That shot gets blocked on net. Trying to settle it down is ASU. They're unable to do so. Now the Lopes trying to desperately get a clear out, but Arizona State keeps it in. Good job at the point from Chase.
Yeah, they're bringing relentless pressure, and GCU, like you said, trying to clear it out, but the Sun Devils are all over it.
And ASU is tired, and a big save from Kubritsky. Absolutely robbing Matt Keylor, and he knows it. What a feed in front of the slot for Kaler. Good opportunity, but Kubritsky stuffs the door.
Yeah, we got to give Kubritsky credit, man. Ever since he gave up that first goal, he's been locked in. Like, he's been pretty much stopping almost any kind of shot that's coming his way, whether it's, again, at the corners or right at him. He hasn't been letting anything slip through.
ASU goes D to D. Shot gets blocked out in front. Come back up to the point. It's fired back in. Now it's wheeled up by Gross. And the Sun Devils really applying the pressure. Grand Canyon on their heels in this last couple minutes.
Good one-on-one matchups overall.
And a weird, fortunate bounce off the stanchion. Grand Canyon able to relieve the pressure. 5 minutes left to go here in the second. GCU up 2-1 in a game that's seen its fair share of opportunities. Speaking of which, Pooch with the shot, and it's gloved away by Kubritsky.
Yeah, GCU's defense overall, it's not even just the goalie, it's everybody else. They're doing the best that they can with the pressure that's being brought onto them. And they're turning into what the Sun Devils defense looked like in the first period.
Now the Jaws one back. Gross slides it across. ASU looking to establish another hard forecheck. Thomas with the shot block. Gobbled up by Kubritsky. And really a fast turn of events, Ethan, right? ASU went up 1-0, had all the momentum. GCU comes storming back with a couple quick goals, and now ASU trying to look for the equalizer.
Yeah, they learned from the mistakes from a couple nights ago. Again, they gave up 3 goals in the second, and so far they haven't given up 1 goal in the second. So whatever film they watched, they're executing their game plan really well.
Well, it's a big-time game for both these teams. GCU has lost 4 of their last 5. ASU has lost 3 of their last 5. And so an important game here in Prescott, Arizona, Prescott Valley, to get back into the win column and establish their own brand of hockey.
Yeah, both of these teams again last season.
And now here's a chance for Grand Canyon. Shot is high. That one from Hansen. Hansen with it again. Hansen behind the net. Power move in front. Puck is loose. And there's a whistle as the net comes off again. Man, I think they got to put some more things on these nets.
I think so.
Maybe some stronger spikes to hold the post in play because they're coming loose.
Yeah, because now that's the third time we've seen that happen, I believe, if not the fourth, where the goal comes off of the hooks, like you said. It just goes to show you how fast all these players are moving and how desperate they're trying to get for GCU, especially because they're really trying to get up by 2.
Well, the spikes that go into the ground, they're designed to go about an inch or so deep. And what do you know?
Oh my gosh.
Another net that comes dislodged. Jeez, man, it's a comedy of errors right now. And going to what I was saying, they're designed to have a little bit of pressure or tension, but when you get guys crashing in like this, there's just no chance that it's going to hold up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't believe what you're talking about right now because all the nets are popping off of the skates. But I wanted to mention something about both of these teams last season. GCU went 16-15 and ASU 14-16-1. Pretty even overall for both squads, and like you said, they're both trying to figure out how to make a brand new culture, brand new tone for their teams this season. GCU has done a good job of that. And when it comes to ASU and Coach Walker, 4-4-1, still not a bad start, but there's still plenty of season to go.
No, it's not a bad start. And ASU has gone to overtime
All right, shot
or
there.
beyond in 4 of their last 5 games. So they've been right there. Close games, haven't come out with the W, but they've been in those tight games. And they've got 7 goal scorers. The top 7 goal scorers and top 2 goalies are returning from last year, so that has to help Walker and his staff. And goaltenders playing well. Grand Canyon trying to sweep at one in the high slot. ASU shuts the door. And now wheeling up, dropping it along the left side. Both these teams doing a really good job as that's a shot right off Kavritsky's shoulder. ASU pressing again. Puck is bouncing pretty much all over the place right now.
Yeah, both of those shots went off that left post. So we believe we have, an icing call here, but both of those shots went off the left post. 2 opportunities right there that they missed on. Again, it's all about a game of inches when it comes to that's not even just hockey, it's any sport. Basketball, football, hockey, soccer, you name it. Especially making those kind of shots with a small puck, trying to get it in the crease, it's very difficult to make.
And this is a really important time, right, Ethan? There's 2.5 minutes left in the game. Grand Canyon out shooting the Sun Devils 17-12, but expect there to be a push with 2 minutes. Probably see a lot more physicality, maybe a few more big hits before the intermission runs up as the Lopes able to play it out.
Yeah,
nice little chip pass there from Layden.
Yeah, I don't doubt that, but I mean, both teams should still be proud of this second intermission, especially GCU, because GCU has responded really well from that first period, and now ASU is starting to even the playing field and balance things out again when it comes to containing GCU's offense. Even though they gave up 2 goals ever since that second goal, they've done a good job at recognizing the passing schemes and just making sure that Glenn doesn't get so much pressure inside his own box.
Well, and, another thing that's important to note is the second period, longer changes, right? You switch sides, and they often say in hockey that the second period is the toughest because your guys are tired, and you need to make smart and calculated changes because you have to go the length of the ice in order to do so. ASU with a quick play that gets blocked. But that's really what we saw on Ben Oakland's goal, right? He was all by himself, and it was a quick shot and a goal on a long change from ASU. So
right,
not surprised that we have seen 3 goals so far here in the second with that long change.
We'll see what both these teams have with 1:30 to go. Another drop stick, broken stick by GCU. Man, they're losing their sticks tonight.
Yeah, Marchant, tough break. So he loses it, gets it back, and then ices it down the length of the ice with 1:32 left. So it'll be a defensive zone draw for the Sun Devils. The draw will be to Glenn's right. Taking it for Grand Canyon will be Tommy Wardus.
Yeah, if the Lopes want to take a chance at a shot right here, get it back to the middle, take a quick shot at one of the top corners. That's how you're going to go up 3-1 just before the second.
ASU wins the draw. Chip it off the glass. And Thomas goes back for Grand Canyon. He'll cycle it over to Hover. Plays it up. Now with some space is Schwartz. Schwartz dancing with the middle. And ASU, as we're going to have a player down at center ice for Grand Canyon, be Tristan Tabuco, as he is slow to get up. Didn't see the initial play of what happened. We'll see if we get a replay as he makes his way over to the bench.
Yeah, Tabuco with 2 goals, 1 assist, and 3 points on the year. Believe he must have gotten hit pretty hard by one of the Sun Devils there and just went straight down to the ground. But it's nice to see him get up almost immediately and skate right back over. But he's hunched over on the bench right now. Probably took a hit that nearly knocked the wind out of him.
Well, Ethan, 1:10 left here in the second period. As the teams line up to take a draw in the neutral zone. ASU wins it back. Big hit delivered there by Schwartz. Puck gets back.
Oh, nice pass.
Kind of holding the stick there is Gross. He'll take a big hit. And some pushing and shoving in front of the net. GCU almost with a chance. And it's cleared by Butler. So now it's White. Fire a long pass that'll go for icing, and it'll come right back down to ASU's end with 33 seconds left to go.
Honestly, if you're the Sun Devils right now, you just want to play strong defense. You don't want to give up another goal. You gave up both goals for GCU in this period. Just stay strong, enter the end of the second, and come back into the third with a different game plan. Maybe not a different one, but one where you start to get a little bit more aggressive.
ASU defender loses his stick. That's White. White doesn't have his stick. A good block there from Gross. A heads-up play. I mean, your defenseman loses his stick. There's not that much time remaining, and a good block. Your team is able to clear the puck out. Now less than 10 seconds left. Big hit in the middle of the ice. ASU trying to look for one more shot, but they won't get it off in time. Grand Canyon nursing a 2-1 lead as we see more coming together between these two hockey clubs. This has been some awesome club hockey action here tonight in Prescott Valley. And for GCU, it was Misselec and Oakland getting on the board. For ASU, it was Ben Chase. As the Lopes head into the locker room here in the second intermission with a 2-1 lead. And what did you really see out of that second period, Ethan?
Honestly, if I had to say, if I had a phrase for it, it would be evening the playing field, because in the first period was mostly ASU bringing the pressure, playing strong defense, and then scoring the first goal. But then the second period, the Lobes responded in kind and got 2 good goals, one off of an ASU mistake and the other one on a good one-on-one shot and clear aggression. So it's been a win for both teams by each period, just like this series overall. ASU won a couple of days ago, and then GCU won the first matchup. So 1-1, 1-1. We'll see who has the tiebreaker here in the third.
Yeah, well, we can really expect a tough, gritty third period of action coming up. and it's a 1-goal hockey game. So we're going to head over to our field correspondent, Carmen Liberto, for an update.
Once again, I'm here with head coach Daniel Roy after the second period in GCU ASU game. Coach, amazing second period. 2 goals with Tyler Michalek and Benjamin Oakland. How do you feel right now?
I would like a little more cushion than a 2-1. We know it's going to be a close game here, but it's nice for us to find ways to put the puck in the net. A little puck luck on that second one, and even our guy coming out of the box at the right time. So usually when you get that kind of luck, you're in a good spot for the third period.
Absolutely. And I must say, the communication and the stick handling in that period was just amazing. What do you want to see from them in the third period?
We want to see ourselves in the offensive zone a lot more. We want at least 70% of this period spent on the offensive half of the red line. Wear them down. Hopefully set us up to get a few more here.
And we'll see him again after the third period. Thank you, Coach. Thank you. Great job.
So we're going to head down to Vince for a fan interview.
And a family that came up here from Phoenix. We have Lindsay, Stephanie, and Robbie, and the rest of the clan, right?
Yes, that's
All right, see, I remembered. It's been like 2 hours, and I remembered. But then again, it's a sea of maroon in this area, and there's a little bit of purple. Do you feel a little intimidated, or are you guys holding your own?
We always hold our own, and she can be heard across a full arena.
Really?
I'm a teacher, so I've got that teacher voice down.
Oh my gosh. Have you had to body check anybody down here?
Actually, they've been very well behaved.
The ASU fans?
Yes.
How about the GCU fans?
A little rowdy, but that's the way we like it.
Okay, so you guys came up here from Phoenix. Tell us about what made you decide to make this trek up here 90 minutes and to come see some hockey?
90 minutes is a short road trip for us. We have season tickets to the basketball teams, and we were going to the Utah swing in December and January when the boys were playing in Utah. So we'll make a trip.
Now, you told me that you've seen 500 different GCU events.
Yes.
What's your favorite?
We always love just volleyball, basketball. We've been to U of A to watch beach volleyball and indoor volleyball play. I've gotten to know a lot of the players and coaches over the years, and then also done a couple of club basketball games.
Can I ask Robbie one question really quick? Hey, Robbie, do you have a favorite GCU sport?
What's your favorite GCU sport?
Hockey, sir.
Hockey? Now, are there players down here that you've been following?
Yes.
What about broadcasters?
Broadcasters?
Do you have a favorite broadcaster?
Whoa.
No, Vince. I'm Vince. Vince. Yeah. All right. That's okay. We'll get it down. All right. So anyway, guys, I'm going to send it back up to you.
Hey guys, Vince here from the Varsity Sports Show. Nothing beats a hometown touchdown, on the field and on the table. Join us at Zips or Goldies, where families, friends, and teams come together for great food. They make everything fresh, like their hearty burgers or irresistible focaccias. The restaurants are family friendly with a huge menu and plenty of seating. Goldie's Sports Cafe is in Scottsdale at Via Linda and Mountain View Road, and Zips Sports Grill has 14 Valley locations. Come hungry, see you soon at Zips or Goldies. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe, with an experience so good it remains indescribable, with something for every seafood lover. Try one of their amazing custom seafood boils, sandwiches, appetizers, and salads. Angry Crab Shack Tempe is located east of I-10 on Warner Road, 480-674-3847. The Angry Crab Shack in Tempe. Come ready to eat.
Blessing Frazier reporting for Varsity Sports. Now fall is in full swing, and with that comes the NBA. The NBA started their first official week of the season last week, and fans are excited after a long summer to see their favorite players. But some of their favorite players are on the bench. Several headline names are either being managed carefully with minute restrictions or sidelined with injuries as team tried to navigate a long season. In New Orleans, Zion Williamson is out with a bone contusion in his foot and being listed day to day as the Pelicans monitor this issue. Out in California, the Lakers veteran LeBron James is sidelined, being evaluated with a multi-week timeline. James has been speculated to be in his last couple of seasons, so he's being monitored carefully. In Boston, Jason Tatum remains out as he recovers related to his right Achilles repair from last season. And most recently, Minnesota's explosive guard Anthony Edwards is expected to miss roughly 2 weeks with a right hamstring strain. Well, these aren't the only players. A handful of other rotation players around the league are being managed carefully in these early days of the season. Coaches are balancing short-term decisions with the long season ahead, and they're prioritizing long-term availability over one-game heroics. There's a lot of new talent to look out for as we monitor and slowly hope for the return for these superstars. For Varsity Sports reporting, my name
So we welcome you guys back to Prescott Valley, Arizona for some men's club hockey action. We make our way into the third period. GCU up 2-1. I'm Jesse Davis, joined alongside my broadcast partner, Ethan Troll. And Ethan, just what have you been seeing tonight so far from both these teams now that we're heading into the third period?
Well, it's not even just me. I mean, you've been seeing a lot too. We both made a lot of good observations for both these teams. A lot of saves overall tonight, and also a lot of, like, all three goals honestly have come off of petty little mistakes when it comes to awareness or figuring out where the puck is. All three goals have been about awareness, and that's usually common when it comes to giving up goals and scoring goals overall. So when it comes to this third intermission, I think both goalies are going to be coming out. They made a lot of good saves tonight overall, but finish out strong and make sure the awareness is turned up all the way on your knobs, because the third intermission is usually where you get the most action. We're probably going to be seeing that from both teams right now.
Well, it's funny you mention awareness, because that's really how we saw Grand Canyon cash in on that second goal, right? It was an unorthodox power play goal that they scored from Ben Oakland, who fished the puck behind the net, essentially took it away from Glenn and was able to shoot it into the wide open net. But, I mean, both these teams have played hard. They played fast. There's been a lot of big hits, a lot of physicality, and we've seen these power plays go to work. GCU is able to cash in right now. That is the difference maker, as they're up 2-1. But, you know, I expect a response from ASU. You can expect head coach Johnny Walker to get his team fired up. They're only one shot away, Ethan, and in hockey, that's not a lot. It's a very thin margin. Like you just said, talking about awareness, GCU has to have their heads on a swivel and limit the turnovers, because as we've seen tonight, the turnovers have been big. You talk about free chances, and especially in the offensive zone, turnovers can be killers.
Yeah, they can be. And there's been a lot of good blocks too by all the defensive men for both teams, but not a lot of breakthroughs. And that's what results from defensive men standing tall and standing strong. And I know I've said that quite a bit tonight, but that's just how it's been. And for GCU to hold on to their lead, they've got to keep up the aggression that they had in that second in the second period with both their goals. And for ASU, bring out the pitchforks and start taking some jabs. Jab each player left and right. Break through their skin. They've been trying to do that since the first period, but the Lopes have done a good job at keeping their spirits together and staying strong as a team.
Well, both the characters are going to be tested. Emotions already running high coming into the third period. And the goaltending has been great tonight. Kuritsky and Glenn both have done a marvelous job. So far, the Lopes out shooting the Sun Devils 17-12. So Glenn has faced a lot more rubber here tonight than Kuritsky, but both have been fantastic, and we can expect there to be some fireworks still in store here tonight at the Toyota Findlay Center.
Yeah, well, Glenn, again, a couple of nights ago, he took 29 shots, and GCU took 32 shots, but the stronger defense always wins. They always say the quote, defense wins championships. Even though we're way far away from championship talks right now, both these squads are still in good talks and spirits about getting to that goal. And especially for ASU, because in their program history, they've been to 10 national championships. And for GCU, they're just starting to get to that point, and now we're about to see which attitude is going to come out in this third intermission.
As Kuritsky behind the goal, plays it back to his defenseman. ASU looking for the equalizer. Kuritsky poke checks it out to the corner. On it for ASU is Trevor Kennedy. It's fished out by GCU. Coming up the ice is Nelson, playing pitch and catch with Hansen. And a quick goal. And the net is actually dislodged. Very close play there, as the net came dislodged right before the puck crossed the line. Early chance for Grand Canyon.
Well, it was about to be scored by Owen Hansen, and like you said, the goal, we've seen it quite a bit tonight. The net got dislodged. He's been waiting for that breakthrough. He leads the team in goals, and he's hungry for that goal. Just hasn't been able to get it, and he got the puck in the net. But we went back to that conversation of awareness. Be aware of what's going on, and I know it's a high-speed game of hockey, but those little details will make a long-lasting effect on you getting a win or earning a loss.
Yeah, they certainly matter big time. As now it's Thomas. Play it across for Shurik. That one is going to be trapped by Glenn for a whistle. Well, once again, taking a look at the standings here in the Western Collegiate Hockey League. GCU in 5th at 18 points. ASU in 9th place at 12 points. And like we talked about, both these teams trying to get back into a strong rhythm halfway through the season. As we're more than 10 games in, and now it's ASU with a chance. And getting shoved to the boards hard. And that one is a tough play. Gross is slow to get up. So it looks like he'll be all right.
The slide didn't look bad until he slammed his butt right in the wall. He grabbed right for his back left quad. And he was looking for a call from the refs there, but he was complaining back over to the bench, and I'm sure he's going to be talking to some of his teammates about that. So now the play is starting to reset. Energy's starting to tone down just a little bit, but GCU starting off aggressive. Good job on them for getting good clears and taking early shots.
ASU wins the draw. It's dumped right back in. Kubritsky plays along the boards. Nice little roller. Almost a trick shot. Pad save from Kubritsky. Rebound in front. Kick to the corner. ASU looking to pinch. This time it's Chase. He keeps it in. But it's picked off by the Lopes. They're able to elevate out of the zone. Now coming down and breaking through the middle was Misalek, guy who first opened up the goal scoring for GCU back in the second period. And a hard hit there as puck hits out of play. We'll have a whistle in GCU's end. Well, you can really expect the checking in this game now going to be even tighter with it being one goal game.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, you're not going to see as much zone anymore. You'll see more one-on-one aggressive matchups. And again, it's a rivalry. This is the Grand Canyon Classic. You have to expect that. We've seen a lot of it tonight, but in this third intermission, oh boy, we're just getting started.
As ASU
goes
back in their end.
Sun Devils almost losing the puck there.
Winding things up. That pass is going to get away from Huffer. He'll go back, play it up the far boards. It's lifted out. And, one interesting thing, Vince was talking to redshirt senior Braden Husby. He said, it's always going to be a physical game against ASU. They're pretty hard to play against. They forecheck hard, love finishing their checks. And it's going to be a different aspect with this new season, new coaching staff, and they're expecting a hard-nosed game, and I think we've got that here tonight.
Yeah, we definitely have. And he also said that ASU is one of those teams that you just cannot figure out, and you don't know what team you're going to get. You're either going to get a team that barely knows how to stay consistent overall, or you're going to get a powerhouse team that's going to knock you right in the teeth.
So it looks like we're going to have more penalties on the play here, Ethan. It's going to be on Grand Canyon.
That's not surprising.
Number 83, Kaden Surchik. Surchik going to go into the box. But going back to what Husby was saying, also talked about the team in general, saying we're not going to be the flashiest team. We're pretty gritty, hard to the paint, getting pucks deep, and just go with the net, work hard, and bang the pucks in. So that's kind of their style. We've seen it here tonight. A lot of bodies in front of the net, collapsing the crease, making life tough for ASU. So the Sun Devils with an opportunity now on the power play. Their third of the game. It'll be 2 minutes for roughing as ASU looks for the equalizer.
Yeah, that's GCU's seventh. I believe their sixth or seventh penalty on the night, and for ASU now 5.
So Glenn awaits Chadwick. Winding things up now is Gross. Slide it over to King, but it'll be offside. Thomas finishes the check on King. He doesn't like it, gives him a little whack. And you can expect that and more with the last 15 minutes of the game.
Yeah, just like you said, a fun little tap saying, okay, I see you. I see you. All right. We still got 16 minutes to go, so.
Well, and really what I would expect here from ASU is a nice power move, take it to the net. You only need one goal to tie it up. They're going to look for anything to get going offensively. As Grand Canyon able to dump it down. Less than a minute left on the power play.
And GCU going into that zone defense. I'm surprised they're not going one-on-one, but they're staying very soft and protective.
It's now on the half wall. Stick shatters on Newland. He'll have to go to the bench to get another one. Looked like he just bared down too hard on the hole.
Yeah, the end of the stick just
Shaft
flew right
just
off.
Populated. And the Lopes will clear it down. It'll be Glenn coming out to stop. Now 20 seconds for Arizona State to work with. Pass along the forehand side. Gross has it again on the right side. Gross spins back, plays it across.
5 left.
Dumped back down by White. That'll be a good kill for the Lopes. Coming out of the box. Out of the box, rather, is Surchek. But a big kill there, Ethan, against ASU, who's looking to push for that game-tying goal.
Yeah, not much happened on that power play. They didn't get too aggressive. They just got the shot in the territory, but then after that, it felt like GCU was just able to bounce it right back. So not really good aggression from the Sun Devils. Got to take advantage of those power plays, otherwise there's going to be a lot of kills.
ASU enters the zone. Glove save from Krabitsky. A dandy at that. Keeping things stopped with his team up a goal.
That was such a hard save, too. You could hear the puck slam right into his glove on that. I'm sure you heard it, too. That was huge. This goes to show you how fast pucks can fly around here. Got to give respect to all these goalies for being able to save shots that come by so fast like that.
Yeah, they're both playing out of their minds. And their team very thankful to have this as such a tight game. Draws won by the Lopes. They're able to break out. He'll come back to Spring. He'll drop it for Ukele, who will send it in. Glenn takes a little bit of a fall. Some contact there. And that'll be a penalty, actually, on GCU. It'll be 2 minutes for a slash.
Yeah, late one at that.
So heading to the box for GCU.
Ricky Nelson.
Ricky Nelson. Sophomore standing at 6'4". He'll take the penalty and really, unfortunately, undisciplined for Grand Canyon now, Ethan. You give Arizona State. Yet another power play here in the third period. And a tough spot to put Krabitsky as he once again has to lock in for these 2 minutes. Going to be facing a lot of shots.
But this is where the great goalies make their stand, is by making a stand on power plays.
Puck kept in by ASU. Walking the line. And a quick shot just wide. That time from Butler.
And that wasn't a great shot on goal. The look was there, but it went off the wrong end of his puck. Or, excuse me, his stick.
And getting dumped is Gross. Now breaking out is Grand Canyon. Playing it deep in the zone is Wardas. Trying to go 1-on-3.
Yeah, Gross got bodied right there. I'm surprised nothing was called, but seems like a clean play, and that leaves GCU an opportunity to make those substitutions.
Yeah, the refs letting the physicality play out. ASU with a good chance there. The net is off. I don't know if the ref realized it. Krabitsky's just going to put it back on himself.
He's like, okay, nobody saw it? Fine, I'll take care of it myself.
And play will resume. As the Sun Devils will have 50 seconds of power play time to work with. In the feet that time of White. He can't locate the puck in the Lopes. On the far side now is Sherchik. He'll dance a little spin. Still has it. Sherchik keeping along the boards. Doing a nice job taking away the time. Less than 30 seconds now on the man advantage for ASU.
Yeah, this is a good time to get yourselves set and get ready for this pressure, because now they're the ones taking control on a power play that's not even in their advantage.
Now Glenn slides it across to Newland. Newland makes his way past the defender. He'll walk in the middle. Newland, shot. Pad saved by Krabitsky. Rebound available, still loose. Newland still on it for ASU. A sharp corner shot. Krabitsky trying to dive on it, but the Lopes are able to recover and bring it out. It's Husby. Husby takes a huge hit there from Squarey, laying the body. But a good opportunity from ASU. Just not able to find anyone in front of the net to put in the rebound. Power play is over. It's a quick slot shot there from Kennedy.
And
ASU with a little momentum.
Yeah, and at least ASU there took a few more shots on the power play and then one more just after it ended. So now they're starting to get back into the groove of what they were like in the first period, and that was just attack. That was a lot of attacks.
Well, now it's ASU with it.
Good block.
Cook has it. Now in the middle, it's Chase. A pad save from Krabitsky. ASU continuing to go on the attack. In the corner, it's worked by the Lopes. Henriksen takes a huge hit there. It's a battle for it. Fans getting activated.
Oh, yeah,
You love
totally.
to see it. A good hard battle in the corner. Henriksen has it for Grand Canyon. A little chip pass just in front of Layden. They'll both go for a change. 10 minutes remaining here in the third period. Sharp hand shot there on Krabitsky. Turned aside. Another point shot. That one gets blocked in front. Puck is loose off the pad. Not getting much on it was Ben Chase.
Krabitsky's personal space is just getting absolutely destroyed right now. But he's doing a really good job. It feels like his body is moving faster than his brain is thinking right now with all the blocks that he's been able to make.
And now a slap shot. Just off. Nobody knows where it is. Now they do. They find it in the corner. Grand Canyon. Nice chance there, but ASU able to break out. Pass into the middle.
Oh.
Rubbed off the puck hard that time. Quast has to go back for a stick. It's a good block from the Lopes. Now with a shot. That's high and wide. Close chance once again. In Grand Canyon. Able to bring it out. Fires right in the slot. Shot is blocked. What a job by Palmer, getting a knee on it to send it to the corner.
Yeah, he got right in front of the puck right there, and if he wasn't there, that was definitely a big-time shot.
So Spring will go back to collect. Risky pass out to Husby. Husby pass to no man's land, but it does get deflected, so it'll be no icing. A big hit once more. Physicality ramping up. Arizona State taking off. Here come the maroon and gold.
It's there.
But the Lopes able to squander that rush. It's Henriksen along the right-hand side. Henriksen down the wall, around the net. Chances stuffed. Henriksen still on it. Tries to pass in front, but unable to get through the feet of two ASU players. As both teams will go off for changes. Fresh troops now on the ice. That'll be offside at the Grand Canyon line. We'll get a stoppage and a whistle.
Good execution by both teams so far here in this third period. No goals, but you're seeing a lot of good defensive plays on big aggression styles on offense. And then for defense, expected them to play more man, but they're playing well in their zones, especially for the Lopes because they've had more power plays against them, but they're doing such a good job at making sure that ASU, even though they're bringing all kinds of pressure, they haven't been able to break them.
Yeah, they haven't been able to break them, and it's been a lot of back and forth, right? We've seen good stick checks from both these clubs. Seems like whenever a guy gets an opportunity, especially in space, there's a defender on him right away.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say. The Lopes, they're like flies on you-know-what. They're going everywhere they're going where the puck's going. Of course, that's common to say and pretty obvious, but it feels like right as an ASU Sun Devil is about to make a strike or even get near the puck, the Lopes are trotting onto it and taking advantage of the situation.
Well, I'm really excited here, Ethan, for the last 8 minutes. 7:50 to be exact. As ASU is caught up in the shot on goals department, now only trailing by 1. They're up to 19. Arizona State dumps the puck in.
I haven't seen either team try to bounce it off the back of the plexiglass, actually. And I know it's a difficult shot to make, but why not try something different? See if you can even out the playing field and pull the hat out of the pull the rabbit out of the hat and try something different there. Man, I'm mumbling my words.
There we go. Well, I'm sure we'll see a couple more crazy bounces, that's for sure. As the Lopes trying to work the puck out. Soft shot is rolled aside by Glenn. Slow to get up for Grand Canyon is Schwartz. Now look like some contacts along the benches. This play will continue on. Try to go in between the legs is Surchek. That doesn't work. Now Arizona State has it. They give it right back to the Lopes. Still in a game of hot potato.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, and you said it already.
And that shot is high off the blocker of Glenn. And a huge hit once again by ASU.
And that was on Tommy Wardas there. Took the hit. And still staying up, taking on the 2-on-1.
Now behind the net, pass picked off. Surchek tried to feed his man in front. It's a 1-on-1, but good job getting back. Jacquet turning his hips and denying ASU.
Colby Jacquet with that 6'3" frame. I don't know how some of these guys are able to move like that at their heights. It's really hard to control yourselves. When you're running, it doesn't matter, but on skates, whew, good turnaround there to make the save.
Yeah, great balance by him. It's now a Tansen dancing around the net. Pass it up to Spring. That one's slid across by Glenn. Easy save. Grand Canyon still hard on the forecheck. It's Nelson once again in the corner. He'll cycle it to Hansen. They're playing catch back and forth, up to the point, slid across the spring. Spring with a shot. Glenn didn't know where it was at first. Grand Canyon still has it in the slot again. And that shot is just wide. The Lopes reeling and not being able to keep it in.
Man, Glenn, man, he back-to-back critical shots, and he was ready for both of them, man. Both of these goalies have done such a good job at those straight-on shots, haven't hardly given up any kind of crease.
And GCU, that's important, right? Because they're up by a goal. They score another one, you really start to feel like, I mean, anything can happen, but this game might get out of reach. So Glenn standing tall for ASU, giving his team a chance as they look to find a way to get one more past Krubitsky to tie the game. Well, less than 5 minutes to go. We got 4:40 on the clock. It's not going to be icing, waved off thanks to the hustle of GCU. Husby doing a nice job to beat out that icing.
Yeah, he's been all over the place tonight, actually. We haven't said his name a whole lot, but he's been agile and just being able to get to the puck and make these passes and clears.
Is GCU still working it behind the ASU net? Sun Devils off the glass and out. Fired right back down by Trissler. And all the Lopes will go for a change. Thomas now with it. Takes a massive hit from Gross. And ASU able to get the puck. Hard on the forecheck. Now is Newland, but it's picked up by Nelson. Away go the Lopes.
Oh.
And Nelson gets planted by Gross. Right at the red line.
Got struck.
Big hit.
Yeah, got struck right in the ribs there, but again, he gets right back up and gets back in the play.
Now just over 3 minutes left. You can expect Glenn to probably come out. And now it's going to be a penalty on GCU. What a time for this. A penalty on Grand Canyon gives ASU an opportunity with 3 minutes to go. Tough break for the Lopes as they go a man down. And this is the opportunity that you're hoping for if you're head coach Johnny Walker.
Yeah, once the penalty happened, I saw the entire GCU bench and everyone else on the field just have their head hang or head up high like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And like you said, not a good time for a power play penalty. With 3 minutes to go, you're up by 1. But you've done a good job overall at standing tall and getting a lot of kills against this Sun Devil offense. So we're about to see if they stand tall or if they get let down their wall.
Well, you asked for an opportunity, and this is what you can ask for. 3 minutes left. You're on the power play. Got to try and set something up. So ASU starts to break out its Gross.
Nice block.
And just not being able to play the puck that time is Chadwick. A little bit too lackadaisical. And it burns another 10 seconds off the power play. Here come the Sun Devils. On the right side, Gross in the slot. Pass does not go his direction. White cycles it back down to Gross. He'll feed it back up to the point to Marchant. Marchant across to Chadwick.
Yep, this is where you want to keep.
Play, pitch, and catch. That shot just misses. Rebound off of Krubitsky. What a save! He covers it. And now we get more extracurriculars. My goodness. Krubitsky twisted in all different angles, able to contain it, and somehow that puck is trapped under. What a save.
He is playing so well tonight. Ever since he gave up that first goal, he twisted everything on his body to save the play right there. Almost hits the plane of the red line. Oh my gosh. And then on top of that, you had the extracurricular though for GCU. They have to be careful. Control your emotions now, especially with a little over 2 minutes to go. You're almost there to the win and the rebound from a couple nights ago.
Well, that's the last thing you want to do, right, is take another penalty going to 5-on-3. That'd be the worst case scenario for GCU. But man, oh man, Krabitsky just standing on his head with ASU pressing. And look, you got 2 minutes left. That's a lot of time in hockey to get a play and crash the net. So this game is definitely far from over. Lots to still happen here in the final 2 minutes. You'd expect that you might see Glenn come out and the Sun Devils might go 6-on-4. It is risky, but you would have a 6-on-4 for about a minute, and they could look to do that now with an offensive zone.
If they're going to do 6-on-4, pretty much do it with only 30 seconds left, because I understand, like, if you're down by like 2 goals, okay, yeah, definitely 6-on-4 full time. But you're only down by 1. Make sure your goalie's back like they have here, and they're going to go 5-on-4. They want to get aggressive, but not too aggressive at the same time. They got to be careful.
Well, I wonder when they are going to pull Glenn as Chadwick slides it across. Blocker saved by Krabitsky into the mesh.
Yeah, I don't blame them, honestly. They got to have a lot of stoppages because they've got to get these clear. Excuse me. They have to get these shots off almost right away. And then if there's no opportunity there for another quick shot, try to find a way to stop the clock.
This puck is won by ASU. Chadwick, top zone. Shot is blocked. And it leaves the GCU end, so ASU will have to recover. Now they do. Chadwick leads the rush in. Now it's Marchant at the top of the hash. Gross back to Marchant. Marchant, Gross, one-timer. Pad save from Grubitsky. I don't think he saw it. Off to the corner it goes. GCU able to collect and fire down almost. Glenn was just getting back to his net.
Oh.
Holy smokes.
Oh my gosh, that would have ended the game right there. Oh, the Sun Devils got lucky.
A near game icer for GCU.
1 minute to go.
Gross is hard on the forecheck for Arizona State. A minute left in the game. Gross gets tripped in front of the net. No call. And that one is going to skid just wide of the net.
That's not the second time.
And Coach Walker is not impressed, asking why there wasn't a penalty, as Gross looked like he got stick up high in the face area.
Yeah, he did. Surprised the refs didn't see that one. They've been making some pretty good calls tonight, actually. It's one of the very few times tonight that we've seen them not make the call that was necessary.
And now it's going to be another zone draw for ASU. 53 seconds to play. The Lopes fishing around the boards.
No.
Tabuco hard at work.
6-on-5.
Trying to fish the puck out. Bodies flying everywhere. It's mayhem. Behind the net is ASU. Trying to find a way to find the equalizer. Marchant at the top. Now to Chadwick in the slot. Pass not able to be handled. Marchant gets it back again. D to D. Slid over to the far wall. It's Kylie Ram. Now Marchant. A shot that doesn't get through.
15
seconds left. Another shot that goes wide. And puck is kept in by ASU. And it looks like that'll be icing with 3 seconds to go.
Oh my gosh.
So we are going to have one more play for ASU to try to get a shot on goal. It'll be An offensive zone face-off for the Sun Devils. Glenn will come to the bench. It'll be a 6-on-5. And right now, Ethan, this is one of those times in the game where you run your go-to face-off play, your best face-off guy in the dot, try to get a clean win back, and the shot has to go fast, right? You only have 3 seconds to work with, which is enough time to get a shot off. But the key is they have to be able to win the draw.
Right, exactly. And when it comes to, again, power plays and advantages, ASU just hasn't done a good job of that tonight at all. But in this situation with only 3 seconds to go, you need to get that puck backwards as fast as you can to either Matthew Gross or Caden Butler. Get one of those two, your top two goal leaders, to make the strike for one last shot.
Well, here it is. All the anticipation in this game comes down to 3 seconds. Taking the drop for ASU is going to be Jake King. For GCU, it's going to be Tommy Wardis. Puck ready to be dropped. Here it is. Wardis wins it for GCU, and that'll do it. The Lopes, as we have some extracurricular once more. Thomas and Gross getting into it. But that'll do it. Grand Canyon picks up the 2-1 victory. They get back at the Sun Devils in a highly physical, intense game here in Prescott Valley.
A great rebound game for the Lopes, and all the teammates, of course, in common are going right over to Kubritsky, because he has done a heck of a job tonight. Do you honestly agree? I'm going to say, he played like the best player on the field tonight.
Yeah, I mean, both goalies were remarkable tonight, but got to give it to Kurbitsky. I mean, he only allowed the 1 goal on 23 shots, and so big reason why GCU was able to pull out the W. And with that win, Grand Canyon will move in to a tie for 4th place in the Western Collegiate Hockey League with 20 points. They'll go to 7-4. ASU will drop to 4-5-1 on the season. And, even a big bounce back win from GCU after dropping that Thursday game 3-1 to Arizona State. Big time response.
Oh, yeah, especially on defense. They stood, and I feel like I'm a broken record right now for saying it, but again, they've stood so tall tonight and didn't let ASU break through their skin. And they did so, even with the amount of hits and trash talking and some of the fights that were going on tonight, they were resilient. The Lopes were really resilient, and it showed throughout this game, especially after the first period.
Absolutely. Well, next for Grand Canyon, November 7th at the University of Utah. Puck drop set for 7:30 p.m. And next for Arizona State, they get a couple weeks off. They don't play next until November 13th. Playing the University of Oklahoma. Puck drop 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
That's going to be
what a hockey game here tonight.
Yeah, and for ASU, that's going to be a tough opponent. University of Oklahoma, 9-3-2 with 27 points. First in the WCHL. Oh boy, that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, and once again, just an incredible night of hockey here in Prescott, Arizona. GCU takes the Grand Canyon Classic by a score of 2-1, a hard-fought game here at the Findlay Toyota Center in Prescott Valley. And once again, great being on the call with you here tonight, Ethan. Thanks to our entire crew, field correspondent Carmen Liberto, Gina, Thomas Perez, Brayden Kennedy, and Andrew Chamblez.
Always.
Thank you very much to everyone in our crew. And for the Varsity Sports Show, I'm Jesse Davis. Have yourselves a great rest of the night. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night, everybody.